this moment lasts me forever. I said, hear my verse, cause yeah, they said it, but I said it first. So in a sense, I think these niggas birth. That's why my fans in my show screaming, take me to church. No suit and tie, but baby,
Hey y'all, welcome to H2 Swole. You got Rod as usual, Louie, and tonight we got Rick. I'll go ahead and let Rick introduce himself and tell y'all a little bit about him.
My name is Rick Fitzgerald. I am originally from Sarasota, Florida. I've been in Corbin for 2 years. I work at Short Redmond and La Follette, is that how you pronounce it? Tennessee, and I am here going to answer some questions with y'all and kind of go from there. I've been training I'm 51. I've been training for probably 35 years, and I'm an NPC competitor. Getting ready for my next show in 31 days in the Northern Kentucky. So I answer any questions I can and help out, and just excited to be here. Thank you for having me, guys.
Rod's going to hit the questions
Ready?
up.
All right. Number one, if you could work out with any fitness celebrity, who would it be? Rick, you're up first.
Probably two people. Like a normal person, like a normal celebrity, would probably be Jim Carrey.
Oh, that'd be classic.
Just because they both have Jim Carrey for a normal celebrity and Conor McGregor for like an athlete.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because they both believe in law of attraction. Mm-hmm. And I'd be curious. Jim Carrey, I respect for that, and Conor McGregor for law of attraction, how he did that. So I would want to pick their brains.
That would be cool.
Right?
It'd be cool too if Jim Carrey did the Fire Marshal Bill thing.
True.
Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the two people I would pick.
Those are good choices.
Charlie, go ahead.
Me, if I could pick two people, Rob Bailey. I don't know if all you guys know who Rob Bailey is, but Flagner fell. He's Dana Lynn Bailey's husband. Most people know who Dana Lynn Bailey is. She was like Miss Olympia. But they've got like all kinds of like businesses. Like they run it together. Like they're like literally living the dream, like together as husband and wife. You know,
That's really
everything they do together. And he's got some really cool music. He's in the cars. They do racing. They lift weights. I mean, anything that you enjoy doing, they do that for a living. So that's pretty cool. The other person, probably Henry Rollins. I think Henry Rollins is awesome. Like I've read like a couple of his books. I like listening to him speak. He's just like, you don't expect it coming from him. I mean, he's just super intelligent dude, super motivating guy. And he talks about how like the iron like changed his life, like his perspective on everything. Like, hey, I guess he was like a skinny little kid, used to go picking on in high school, and like he never even like started doing anything until he like started getting a physique, and he said it changed everything for him.
Wow.
So that's a pretty cool story that he's got.
That is cool.
I probably want to work out with C.T. Fletcher in his prime. I love that guy. And classic Arnold. I mean, just
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
the don't quit Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Man, CT's needing like a whole new heart. Have you seen that lately?
Yeah. Oh, another one?
Yeah, he needs like a complete heart transplant.
Yeah.
What? He had one before, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a heart attack and like a triple bypass.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I seen a video that got posted almost like it was like 15 days ago.
Yeah.
And he's like in the video and he like can't even. He's talking about how he can't do one push up.
No way.
And he starts crying. Like it's just really like I almost got teary eyed. I was like, man, because
That just gave me
you're
goosebumps.
used to watching him, you know, just be the man, and he's like vulnerable and.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess they got something lined up or something, but for right now, Mark Bell actually talked about it a little bit. Said that his health's got to be like perfectly in line or something before they can do everything. So,
Wow.
But yeah,
That's
was
the first I
crazy.
heard of that. Really?
Yeah, you have to check out the video. Just it should be the last video he posted. I'd say.
Oh my God! Wow.
All right, on to the next question.
Next question.
I think my shoulders are lagging behind a little. Do you have any tips? Shoulders like boulders.
This is totally down Rick's out.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, let's see. Shoulders. You know, through my life, I have. You know, we're always learning, and so I've been able to be around some pretty cool people that I respected. And back in the day, I was able to train with the old Soloflex guy. And he had the most massive grapefruit shoulders I've ever seen in my freaking life, guys. So, you know, see as they do as they do, have as they have.
Right.
So I just watched him and I copied him. And he did a few exercises. He did front presses
Yeah.
on the Smith machine.
Yeah.
It was all about perfect form.
Right.
And front presses, and then he did behind the neck presses on the Smith machine.
Mm-hmm.
Front raises.
Front raises.
Yeah, with the easy curl bar.
Okay.
And then lateral with the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Keeping your line high.
Face pulls or whatever.
And side laterals, but the side laterals, you know, see a lot of these guys going like this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? He was very consistent on perfectly straight to your side
Yeah.
and totally out straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from Athlean X talks about that.
Are you serious?
He does one where he like comes out and he stops, then comes up, then comes down and stops, then goes up and goes down, and then that's one rep.
Really?
Yeah. But he does it with lighter weight
Yeah.
because, you know, he's concentrating on the form.
Yep, I don't ever go over 15, 20 pounds, so.
I can't even think what that guy's name is, though.
Really?
The Athlean X guy.
And then you get the dumbbells and you bend over and, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
this, but. So yeah, those are my exercises for shoulders.
Actually, I have a shoulder workout. I'll put a link in the description below. It's on h2swole.com. But the big thing about shoulders, I would say, is basically you have your anterior, you know, your lateral, and then you got your posterior. And a lot of people don't realize there's three heads there, you know. And so sometimes if it looks like you're lagging, it's because maybe you've worked, you know, one area a little too much.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure to include all three heads.
Yes.
That's one thing with the shoulders you got to make sure you're doing. But I mean, that's my opinion on that one.
Yeah. I mean, you guys already said plenty. I don't have anything else that I could add to that. I mean, that's right down the alley for lagging shoulders, anyways. I guess we'll just go ahead and move on. What types of shoes do you suggest for lifting?
Guys, I'm old school, you know, Automix for me. They are coming out with, Adidas has some like really cool ones. You know, they're real supportive. You know, they're leather, but you know, what are the ones you know with the straps on the top too that are really good? You know what I mean? To give your foot a lot of support.
Yeah, to hold it in place.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
You got the strap. Put it
I don't know what
put
the
it on
name
top.
of them are, though.
But Automix, you know, for me.
With me, it's kind of hard for me with shoes because I don't really, honestly, like if Rod's not here to work out with me, and I work out by myself, my wife makes fun of me all the time. I work out barefoot. That's just something I do. Shoes, usually I just have regular tennis shoes. As far as I know, like a couple of guys that they would say like Chuck Taylors. You know, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, they're good, flat, hard support, you know, type of shoes. But me, I just wear, you know, whatever cheapest Nikes or Asics are on the market, and you know, because I just do cardio and shoes, and like I said, with lifting, a lot of times I'll be barefoot. So, and then, even though my wife makes fun of me, she understands I do it because it's kind of hippie sounding, but it makes you feel grounded.
Yes.
You know, it makes you feel.
That's why the Automix,
Yeah.
they're just like a
Planted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have any heels on them or raised up or anything.
I'm a bigger guy, so I tend to wear like a supportive half ankle tennis shoe. Just trying to make sure they're tied up tight and then the soles are in good shape. I'm not really a big shoe fanatic or anything like that, so just whatever's comfortable for the day and get me through my workouts.
Yeah, I'm not really either, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you had to ask me, that's what I'm.
Right?
I say go for whatever's comfortable and you can afford. Whatever fits your wallet
Yeah.
is what fits
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
feet, you know?
Yep. All right, next question is, I want to be able to do 100 consecutive push-ups. What is the best program for that?
That's a good question. It's pretty easy though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get out there and start doing some push-ups.
Exactly.
You want to do 100 consecutive?
We
Get out there and
can.
do them till you can't do no more.
Yeah.
10 push-ups and, you know, for a week or so, and then go to 20 and
Yeah. Just keep
you
on.
just- right?
Yeah,
trucking.
that's
Charlie?
like if you want to do 100 consecutive push-ups, my suggestion would be, and you could probably Google this, and some people would say it's crazy, do it this way or that way, but I know for a fact this works. Do 100 push-ups a day, every day, till you can do them consecutively. And by doing 100 push-ups a day, I mean, maybe you can only do 15 at once.
True.
But you can come back and do 15 again, and 45 of them may be before breakfast, and the other, 55 may be, when you get home from work. But I'm just saying, get in 100 a day, and eventually you'll find out, like, instead of doing the 15, you got 35 in a row that time without stopping, and eventually you're going to knock out that 100. I guarantee it'll work.
Build up your endurance.
Yep, I think that's actually probably the quickest route I think that you could take to do that. But that's my opinion. And like I said, other people probably say, "Oh, you'll get too sore and blah blah blah." But coming from a military perspective, there's no such thing as your body will adapt. And if that's your goal, to do 100 push-ups straight, you're not worried about your muscles healing up right and this and that. You're worried about endurance and volume, and just go for it. I mean, do 100 a day, and eventually you'll do 100 consecutive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good advice. Seriously.
All right. Are there any good supplements at the store for building mass?
You know?
Yeah. Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store.
Heck, I don't know.
What are we gonna do with now? Right? I mean,
Speaking the truth.
right?
I'm not really big on
I got enough mass, you know?
yeah supplements.
I'm trying to get smaller.
Like we've actually did supplement shows. So you guys know, I'm a protein, creatine kind of guy. Other than that, I don't know a whole lot about what's out there. As far as I've never had to worry about mass because I've always had to worry about getting rid of mass. So
And I think what you said is, you touched on it. For building mass, what you said, protein.
Yep.
You got to pound the protein. So your best choice would be food first.
Oh, yeah.
And second would be a good protein supplement. The best protein out there right now that money can buy, in my opinion, is GenaPro protein. They just came out with it. They actually, GenaPro, they made GenaPro for bariatric patients and people that had gastric bypass surgery.
Wow.
So get this, guys. They took a protein molecule and shrunk it from symbolically the size of a basketball to like the size of a pea. So a scoop usually is like what, that big, that big around. You have to take 2 scoops. 1 tablespoon is 30 grams of protein, pre-digested, hydrolyzed. Okay, your body absorbs 97.5% of this protein. Okay,
Wow.
so people
It's designed for recovery.
and
Yeah.
people with the gastric, they have their tummies are little,
Right.
so they lose a lot of weight, but they become skinny fat people because they don't have enough protein to keep
Right.
the skin tight and keep the muscle.
Gotcha.
So they eat a lot of carbs, but their stomach's little. So now they can actually take in
Right.
enough protein, because if they throw up all the time, if they try to eat a lot, they can take in enough protein. So it's cutting edge, and it comes in neutral flavor, and I cannot taste it.
Wow.
It's like I could put it in your water and you would not be able to taste it. So I put it in my coffee. I mean, just think, 2 little scoops, 2 tablespoons is 60 grams of protein,
That's pain in mind.
and it's called GenaPro.
GenaPro.
So
Where do you buy that?
Josh has it. At
Josh has it?
At Pro Nutrition.
Okay.
So
We're going
it's,
to Pro Nutrition.
Pro Nutrition.
yeah, Pro Nutrition in Corbin, right, Josh? Pro Nutrition. Yeah. But to build mass, pound the protein, and the creatine.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple kinds of creatine. You know, you have your creatine monohydrate, which is going to, for someone that had an ectomorphous type of body, with hard gainers, is going to, you know, a lot of water weight with the creatine monohydrate. Then they have the creatine, ester creatine, which would be good for you guys. You don't get bloated, but you still get the same effects for using the creatine. Because creatine ups your ATP storages, which is that explosive,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, power.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, protein, creatine, and the third would be your BCAAs. So your BCAAs, you know, your BCAAs are the four most important
Right.
Gotcha.
parts of the protein. Okay, at a molecule level that are for building mass and for recovery. Okay, so there's 16. It's got a 16 amino acid, the chain, and those are the four most important for building mass and recovery. So pound the protein, creatine, and BCAAs.
I got some of that, what's that, Rule 1 BCAAs?
Oh, yeah.
I got
Those are
some
good.
of it, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Josh
bought
has
it off
those.
Josh, yeah.
Yeah.
I usually take it in the mornings. Usually I got a treadmill upstairs, so I come in early
Here.
and I'll walk 10 minutes and then run 20 minutes. And I drink that before I do that. But I just kind of, I don't know if it's bro science, but supposedly it's, you know, it helps you burn fat instead of your muscle.
Afterward, after, you know, sip it during and then after. So yeah.
You got anything?
I'm good, man.
I did buy some protein off of Shiloh
Yes.
at
Shallow.
NutriShop. It's got it's Protella.
Oh,
It
yeah.
tastes just like Nutella. If you like Nutella, it's awesome.
And Shallow at Pro Nutrition has it's called HydroPro, which is probably my second choice for proteins. Would be the HydroPro. No aftertaste. It tastes awesome, guys, and it's hydrolyzed. So any protein that's hydrolyzed gets absorbed into your intestines. So your large intestines, your small intestines. So it has a great absorption rate. But yeah, at Shallow has it's called HydroPro protein. Yeah, and GenaPro is the number one for
GenaPro.
That's my opinion.
I like it. I'm gonna try both of those actually.
So cool.
You're up with questions.
Oh, okay.
Facebook questions.
Facebook questions, y'all. Let's see. What are some ways to get motivated to exercise? This is literally a question, like a daily
Every week.
question.
Yeah, every
Like,
week.
And I'm sure Rick gets this all the time because he's always walking around looking all swole. People are like, hey, man,
Are you always going to the
how you
So, well, you know, motivation is a mindset. You'll hear me all the time talk about law of attraction. So, your days form from the time, you know, I can't help but bring the spiritual part into it. And every morning I wake up and I'm thankful for the day and I'm grateful for my day and those are the first. If the day is an infinite pond of any possibilities and I'm throwing a rock out there and I want it to reverberate back to me what I'm putting out there right from the time I wake up, those are thoughts of being thankful and grateful. And so my whole day I'm throwing it out there and I'm getting things back to be more thankful and grateful for. That's what I do.
That's awesome. It's pretty much like Rick was saying, motivation. It's not really what's going to happen for you. Motivation is just a feeling, and you know, it's all about the discipline and what you make out of the day. You know, motivation is going to come and go quick. I mean, motivation sometimes is the length of a song. Literally, you know,
Yeah.
song goes off, you're not motivated anymore. So it boils down to what you're disciplined to keep
Yes.
doing.
Yep.
And you know, if you have problems with, you know, discipline, you start small. There's a Navy SEAL that gives a speech and he talks about, you know, starting with making your bed.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I love that, bro.
That was cool, and I mean it's simple stuff like that that eventually makes a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think?
You gotta make it a habit. You get a little motivation, just gotta take it and run with it. Just start every day doing the same thing. Just make a habit and make yourself go, really. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, motivation comes and goes, but if you've made it a habit, then you're gonna feel bad if you don't go.
Yes. I
I
agree.
didn't go to the gym today, man, I feel like crap.
Another thing I do every morning, besides being grateful and thankful, is I listen to it's a motivational, Nike made it. It's a motivational thing. It's like 4 minutes long. It's called Rise and Shine.
Yeah.
It sets the tone for my day, verbally and mentally, and it's you against you every day. Momentum. It's you got to listen to the video. You know what I mean? It's just one wrong weak part in your armor. Your motivation, and bam, you can go down. But
Right.
you listen to this. You listen to this video every morning, which I do, and maybe Charlie can get it and put the link on his.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put the link in the description below. I'll have Rick send it to me. That way you guys can check it out.
And every day I listen to that, and it's so I'm being thankful and I'm grateful, and then I'm hearing this, so I'm layering it for my day to be set up for
Gotcha.
success.
Yeah.
Let's check this out. What we got?
Yeah, Raymond. Rick Raymond's question there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What's the quickest way to lose my gut? I don't want to be ripped. I just want to tie my shoelaces and breathe at the same time.
This one's for you, Raymond.
Wow, Raymond.
We'll let Rick go to that one first.
Oh, no, you go first.
Let's see here. What I would say, Raymond, basically what it is with and this kind of narrows down into other questions and stuff. A lot of guys, they're like, I'm muscular everywhere I want to be, but I still got a gut.
Yeah.
And it's because we store all our junk right here. Women store it in the hips and thigh area. That's the way that the male and females are made up. Like since caveman days or whatever, that's just where our bodies
Created like that, yeah.
Our bodies are created like that. Like your excess storage is going to get stored if you're a male in your stomach area. So naturally, I hate to say it, but there's no such thing as spot training on your stomach. It's going to be the last thing to go. And Rick can tell you this 100%. It's all about your body fat percentage when your stomach goes away.
Amen. Yes.
But like you said, you're not trying to get a six pack. So
Correct.
basically just you just gotta burn more energy than you're taking in, and eventually, keep doing that, and it's all about the motivation thing. I mean, you just gotta keep doing the right thing every day.
Get off the couch, Raymond.
Yeah, get off the couch, Raymond.
You're sitting there watching this video.
But
Just get off the couch.
I'll let Rick tell you what he thinks.
To Raymond, you just got to keep it simple, buddy. Simplicity is everything. So what I would suggest would be, think of your metabolism. It's like a fire. It's like a bonfire. So if every 3 hours, this is, here's the deal. It's not that hard. In bodybuilding and in fat loss and in nutrition, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 3 is 6. Always, you do this and this and this, and this is going to happen. The only thing separating you from me, okay, and because we all have abs. I don't care how big you are, how much fat you got, or whatever. We all have abs. The only difference is time and consistency. Doing the same exact thing over and over and over and over again to reach the goal. So, is what I would suggest would be 6 small meals a day, every 3 hours. Be sticking something in your mouth. What I would do would be your first 3 meals would be, there's a kind of general rule of protein about the size of a deck of cards, and carbs the size of your fist. Carbs are the culprit. You want to eat all low to medium glycemic carbs, which would be brown rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, red potatoes, lentils. That's it. Okay, those would be your carbs, the size of the fist about. Okay, your proteins would be, chicken and steak and fish and eggs, about the size, if you had to make it, size of a deck of cards. So your first 3 meals would be protein and one of the good carbs, and your last 3 meals would be your protein, the size of a deck of cards, and carbs from fibrous vegetables. So people are like, hey Rick, what are fibrous vegetables? Fibrous vegetables, here's the deal. All vegetables would be okay except for peas, corn, and carrot. Peas and corns and corn, and carrot, it has to do with the glycemic index. So every carbohydrate has a number in the glycemic index. Okay, oatmeal being 2 and sugar being 100. Every other carbohydrate follows in that line. So you want to eat all L's to M's on the glycemic index, and those carbs that I mentioned earlier are in that zone. But peas and corns and carrots are high in VHs. People don't realize that. So all the other vegetables are okay except for pea, corn, and carrot. So your first 3 meals, starchy carbs from the ones I said, and then your last 3 meals with your protein would be from the fibrous carbs. Every 3 hours you're doing that. You do that over and over and over, a gallon of water a day. You have one cheat day a week when you can eat whatever you want, and you do that consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month. Eventually you'll get there.
Rick just dropped some science on you.
No.
But when you were talking about the carbs at the beginning of the day, it kind of reminded me of Chris Jones. He always says if it's brown, take it down.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he says
I didn't know that.
leave the white
Yeah.
stuff alone.
That's
and if
cool.
It's brown, take it down.
I never thought about it. Another thing too. What is his name?
Raymond.
Raymond. There's another thing too. Is you can a couple supplements for losing weight would be Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Okay. It has to get the Bragg's brand apple cider vinegar, and it has the brown stuff on the bottom. It's called the mother. It looks like dirt, so when you shake it up, the vinegar looks like yucky. Bragg's apple cider vinegar, okay? A tablespoon in the morning, a tablespoon at lunch, and then a tablespoon in the evening with hydroxycitric acid, which is the Gamboa, whatever that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the leaf, but it's hydroxycitric acid. You take Bragg's apple cider vinegar and hydroxycitric acid together. Okay, so you take your hydroxycitric acid in the morning, okay, with your vinegar, and then just vinegar at lunch and vinegar in the afternoon. And you do those 2 things together over time, about 2 weeks, they synergistically work into your body to start burning fat. Like peanut butter is good, peanut butter sandwich is good, and a jelly sandwich is good. But how do you explain when you put peanut butter and jelly together? How do you explain that taste, right?
Yeah.
Same with apple cider vinegar and hydroxycitric acid. When you they're both great for losing weight, but when you put them together, nothing like it, guys. So you do that too, along with your eating, Raymond. You do that for 3 months, 12 weeks. You do that consistently, and you stay true to yourself, and you have one cheat day a week to keep you on course. And in 3 months, you'll be calm, going, holy career, what's the next step? Reevaluate. Maybe one day you'll compete.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. This last question, y'all. It says, I have heard that too much protein can be bad. What do you think? That sounds like the devil trying to hold back your game. But honestly, there is a disease, but it's like something like 8,000 out of like 30 million people have it or something. There's some kind of disease that doesn't allow your body to break down the excess protein. That bodybuilder girl died.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The girl.
Yeah, whatever disease that she had, there is a disease, and in that case, too much protein would be bad. But a normal person, I mean, it could be hard on your kidneys.
Yes.
But I mean, if you shouldn't be taking in your body weight and protein a day if you don't work out and you're not active and you're not doing, using it up. That should be a given. And in that case, yeah, too much protein is probably bad. But I mean, if you're hitting the gym hard and you're going out there and pushing yourself, I truly don't think that, your body weight and protein is too much for you. I think that, you're drinking plenty of water
Yes.
every day. And, but that's just, like I said, that's my opinion, guys. If you're not active, you don't need all the protein in the world. And you also don't need, like some of these guys in the, gym, like the old school guys, like over the years it's been changed, to this, and this. And I think the average about a pound per gram is been steady for the past probably 10 years. Like that seems to be the magic number. But Rick's been around a long time. He can probably tell you back in the day, people would like 500 grams of protein a day.
Close to 100 now.
Yeah.
You made that turn.
Yeah, but that's what I think, and I'll let Rick tell you what he thinks about the protein.
Charlie, you're right on. I don't need to really. I mean, you hit it right on. 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. If you want to, let's say you're 200 and you want to be $150. You want to be 150 pounds, just to keep it simple. Well, 1 gram, 1.5 grams per pound of lean body mass. Okay, powerlifting stuff would need 2 grams. You figure whatever, but we'll just say 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of lean body mass. So you'd be like, okay, I want to be $150. So I'm going to take in. We'll just keep it at 1. So I'm going to take in 150 grams of protein a day. So your body will. Your body's smart, and like you said, we're created to survive. Okay, so your body will only hold on to over time and consistency. You're bringing in enough protein for a 150 pound person. Eventually, your body will lose
that extra
the other weight to adapt to what you're bringing in protein wise.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Just going back, it makes me want to go and talk about the losing weight thing, about why you have to eat every 3 hours. Is we were created to survive. So if you're not eating every 3 hours, your body thinks it's dying. It thinks it needs to survive. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't think it's going to get fed every 3 hours, it starts holding on to everything. So people that eat 1, 2, 3 times a day, it holds on to the protein and the carbs and the sodium because it thinks it needs to.
Right. So I'm not going to get any more. I better hold on to what I got.
Like a bear, dude. Like hibernating.
Yeah.
But if it's and it's not 5 meals and it's not 4, it's 6 is the magic number. So at 6 meals every 3 hours, okay, so we got at 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. There's your 6 meals a day if you did it like that. It knows it's going to be fed, so it takes in what it needs, and any extra, we go to the bathroom, and it's all good to go.
The last meal a day, like the very last meal before bed, what do you think that should be like as far as
Protein.
just mostly all protein?
Protein and green beans or asparagus or something like that. Another thing too, people like snacks in between. People that are dieting, and at nighttime's hard for me and stuff, especially when I'm dieting for a show. Is sugar-free Jello and sugar-free popsicles.
Sugar-free Jello. Those little cups. What's that? 2 calories?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, no sugar.
Yeah, I mean, you could eat like a whole pack of those. And you'd still, less than a can of pop.
Yeah, they keep me straight. Sometimes I eat the whole little 6-pack.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of, and ask Charlie, man, you got any other questions, or he'll shoot you the information you need.
I think that's about it, guys. I'm gonna get Rick to shoot me a link to the video
Yes.
that he watches every morning.
Rise and shine.
Rise and Shine. I'm going to drop a link down below for the shoulder workout that I'm currently doing. And I guess that's it for this week. And hope to see you guys next week and get out there.
Don't forget the giveaway, foam rollers.
I forgot about that. We got 2 foam rollers we're going to be giving away. All you got to do to be entered in the contest is comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Any 3 of those things is going to get you entered in the contest. We'll draw a name out next week is actually when we're giving both foam rollers away. So 2 people's going to win. So be on the lookout for that, and I guess we'll catch you guys next time. Get out there and move.
That's why my fans in my show screaming.